Show. I'm your host, Patrick Howley. This is the last campaign show of the week, but it's going to be a good one, folks. It's going to be a good one because modernity is breaking down into woke madness, and when that happens, that benefits this show because we can show the woke madness, and people could be like, what? What is going on in creepy Joe Biden's America? What's going on in the world under globalist occupation? Maybe we shouldn't have globalist occupation. We got to do something here. Whoa. What's all this craziness about? And that's basically how I feel every single day when I look around at the destruction and the anarcho-tyranny and the post-industrial decay of this fallen American empire. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the empire falls, something else is going to take its place at some point in time. Within our lifetimes, we're going to see the paradigm shift in a very, very, very big way. And what's going on right now is not going to last because it's simply unsustainable. It's breaking down. And so we need to put ourselves in positions to make sure that we're going to survive and thrive going forward. And if you watch the campaign show every day, you know that we are working hard to try to preserve a future for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, James Comer, talking about controlled opposition. James Comer, this guy, he's the McCarthy-supporting, of course, Israel-supporting, Republican politician, congressman, who's been put in charge of being controlled opposition to pretend that the Republicans are holding Joe Biden accountable. So they have Comer out there, and he goes on Fox News. Oh, I'm going to get him. I mean, it's been months and months and months. It's been years even. I mean, since the 2020 election, which was stolen from Trump, I mean, immediately the Republican Congress should have gone in there as soon as Creepy Joe was quote-unquote inaugurated and been like, no, we're overturning this election. Even before then, during the election overtime period, the Republicans should have actually done something. But no, it's all controlled opposition. We're in the year 2023 now, okay? And James Comer ain't doing anything. And you know what James Comer said about Hunter? He called him the ultimate white privilege guy. What an insult. What an insult. Okay, not only does this guy go around taking credit for breaking news on the Hunter Biden laptop and the Hunter Biden business dealings, even though we on the internet have, been talking about this for years now, literally years. We were reporting on this during the 2020 election. Where was James Comer then? Where was the Republicans then? Where was Conservative Inc. media then? We didn't see them then, did we? But now James Comer is going to go the extra mile and insult white people, by tying Hunter Biden to white people, even though the Democrats are obviously an anti-white regime destroying the lives of young white people in this country. But no, that's going to play to Fox News. James Comer thinks he's got white privilege. He's the real white privilege. Yeah, he's the real white privilege. Yeah, racist. They're not doing anything. They're not holding Joe Biden accountable. You know what James Comer says? He says, he might make 6 to 10 criminal referrals against Hunter Biden. To the Biden DOJ. Yeah, okay. I'm sure Merrick Garland's going to get right on that one. Oh, hey, Merrick. Merrick, you have some very urgent criminal referrals. You have some recommendations to prosecute Hunter Biden coming from a guy named James Comer. You want to act on that? Yeah, Merrick Garland's going to... James Comer says we should prosecute Biden? Well, I'll get right on that. What, are you going to write him a polite letter, James Comer? You idiot, you moron, you controlled opposition communist? Yeah, that's right, you're a communist, James Comer, because you're not doing anything. You're playing the role of controlled opposition. You're like the right tendency in the Soviet Union. You're controlled opposition to make the conservative base think that you're going to do something to stop this madness, but you're not. You're not. You supported Kevin McCarthy, who's not doing a damn thing. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump, his classified documents case, scheduled for May 20th, 2024. May 20th, 2024. So initially, we thought it was going to be a little bit earlier, which would, potentially take him out of the Republican primaries, even though he can run for president from prison, even though that might be complicated. We don't want him to go to prison, of course. Of course, if he was in prison, he would probably be just as much of a baller as he was when he was president. Listen, I know the Latin kings. I know the Nation of Islam. I get along very well with the Nation of Islam. And since Trump's been in here, everybody has cigarettes. There's more cigarettes. There's less stabbings. The guards aren't bothering us. That's Trump. That's Trump. That's the record, right? But we don't want him to go to prison. So May 20th, 2024, that's right in the middle of the election, of course. So what might happen is he might be the presumptive Republican nominee by that point for the general election, and then they try to prosecute him and throw him in prison while the election's going on. So this is, of course, how the deep state operates. Creepy Joe Biden, meanwhile, totally out of it. He had some little speech today about AI, artificial intelligence, and when he comes into the room, he starts by going, "I'm the AI." What does that even mean? Is he AI at this point? I don't even... I'm the AI. Here's Creepy Joe wandering off, not asking questions about China's suspected hack of U.S. government accounts.
Mr. President, can you tell us about the hacking of cabinet officials by China and the threshold of concern you have about that, sir?
Ready? How we get these guys in? All right.
And there he goes.
So long, Joe. Taco Bell Scooby-Doo ice cream. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Scooby-Doo. Well, Creepy Joe Biden's challenger in the Democratic primary getting a massive boost yesterday from his testimony in front of Congress on free speech and the ill effects of tyrannical social media censorship. Here is none other than Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
YouTube deplatformed me. I didn't talk about vaccines in that speech. I didn't talk about anything that was a verboten subject. I just was talking about my campaign and things, the conversation that we ought to be having with each other as Americans. But I was shut down, and that is why the First Amendment's important. Debate, congenial, respectful debate is the fertilizer, it's the water, it's the sunlight for our democracy. We need to be talking to each other. Now, this is a letter that many of you signed, many of my fellow Democrats. I've spent my life in this party. I've devoted my life to the values of this party. This 102 people signed this. This itself is evidence of the problem that this hearing was convened to address. This is an attempt to censor a censorship hearing.
Free speech, so important, ladies and gentlemen, and of course the globalist Democrats and, you know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not one of the bad Democrats, not like one of the really, really evil, awful, satanic Democrats. He is trying to take over the party, but, you know, there's a big question mark about whether the party is going to let him. We know what they did to Bernie, remember? Anytime a challenger goes up against their criminal mafia regime, and I was not a Bernie fan, obviously, but you look at what happened with Bernie and how the Democrats rigged it against him, you have to imagine that the Democrats are obviously going to try to do that again, considering that Hakeem Jeffries and all the Democrats are all amped up about how are they giving a platform to Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s conspiracy theories, right? So the question is, if he does really, really well in the Democrat primary, is he going to run independent in the general election, or is there a possibility that he could actually get the primary regardless? With him in the race and with Trump in the race, it is certainly very interesting because the people do have some representatives in this presidential election going up against the establishment, but the establishment is always working round the clock to try to hurt us and to try to do the exact opposite of what they say they do. For instance, the Department of Homeland Security, which actually makes our homeland a whole lot less secure. Here's this Mayorkas fellow who's the head of the Department of Homeland Security saying some ridiculous things.
You know, we in the Department of Homeland Security, I issued a memo very early on that we would not use the term illegal alien. When speaking of these individuals, we use the term non-citizen.
Non-citizen. How many non-binary non-citizens are coming in? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. They're the protected class. Can't use the term illegal alien, says Mayorkas. No, we're not going to use the term illegal alien. Well, I mean, that's what is going on. They're illegally invading the country. Oh, they're illegally invading a whole lot of countries, too. Actually, here's the capital of Finland, Helsinki, where migrants have been pouring in. And now there's just brawls in the street all the time. People are watching it from the window like it's a spectator sport. Well, the reason we show Walmart fights here on this show is to show you that what is happening under this globalist project of globalist occupation is you are transitioning from a society in which you're a strip mall labor colony, in which you go buy your Doritos at Walmart, and you fill up your shopping cart, and you buy your items, and then you go home and watch TV. That's what they want you to do if you're a bug man normie. But you see at Walmart now, we're transitioning from nice, pleasant, kind of depressing, buying the Doritos at Walmart, to now, oh, there's tons of fights at Walmart. There's tons of people punching each other, attacking each other. Pretty soon, the next step is we're going to look like Helsinki, Finland, where it's just constant fighting and brawls and this kind of stuff. And part of the reason for that is, A, there's very little assimilation going on among all of these migrants who are pouring into the country, especially the illegal migrants, but the legal migrants too. There's not much difference. You are being demographically replaced. The UN has had replacement migration touted on its website for years, ever since I was a little kid. And the propaganda that's being put out in colleges and through the media is warping the minds of people and turning them into violent psychopaths on the left side. Make no mistake, Marcus Venable, V-E-N-A-B-L-E, probably the only time we'll talk about him on this show, because he has done something ridiculous and notable. He's a grad student and a teacher at LSU. He's now been banned from teaching at LSU after he left an insane voicemail for Republican State Senator Mike Fessy, who voted to override the governor's veto on a bill that bans some trans treatment like puberty blockers for kids. So to recap, this LSU teacher doesn't like the Republicans fighting against the trans treatment for kids. This LSU teacher wants the trans treatment for kids. Here was his insane voicemail to a Republican state senator.
I just wanted to say congratulations to our state senator, Big Mike Facey, and that f***ing moron voted to make things worse for people who are already suffering. You fat fucking piece of shit.
Whoa.
You did not produce any goddamn evidence to support the claims you made about people being harmed by transgender care.
Music's
I
been
can't
added
wait
to
to read your name in the f***ing obituary. I will make a goddamn martini made from the tears of butthurt conservatives when we put your fucking ass in the ground, you fat fucking useless piece of shit. Fuck you. I hope you have a terrible day. Fuck yourself.
That last little bit at the end. Bleep yourself.
Yeah. Nanny, nanny, poo, poo. There's a sing-song element.
He's going to make a martini out of the tears of conservatives.
The butthurt conservatives.
The butthurt
I
conservatives.
heard that word in so long. I don't remember I legit don't remember. Last time I heard anyone under the age of 25.
He's not only going to drink the tears of the butthurt conservatives, he's going to make a martini out of the butthurt conservatives. Well, he's now been banned from teaching at LSU, Louisiana State University. So there you go. I don't know.
I'm sure he's a good guy, you know.
But aside from that, well, you know, have you ever wondered what this lady is wondering? Well, I'll let her take it away. She's wondering something that I think maybe has been on the minds of some other people too.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs, why? Why did we do that?
Why?
I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am, oh my God.
I feel your pain. Maybe that will become the new feminist talking point, that they're being victimized by doing work. Listen, ma'am, I'll explain it to you very clearly. The social controllers in charge of this economy here, this parasitical economy. They wanted to lower everyone's wages by expanding the work pool. So part of the whole civil rights movement, part of the intended aim of it was to get women into the workforce so that, they could lower the wages for men. And now, of course, everything's so expensive that most people are realizing that even if they're doing well, even if they're rising up within the middle class, which most people are not nowadays, most people are suffering, but even if they're sort of upwardly mobile, they're going to need 2 incomes in order to afford the massive amounts of rent, the massive costs, all the other costs that they throw at you in this failed parasitical colonial system that we have here in America. So that's the reason. That's the reason. You should blame the social controllers, and maybe she'll be on our side. Man, reach out to us if you'd like to be on the show, and we can discuss this issue. We could discuss your opposition to women in the workforce. I think you should be heard out. I think maybe we should listen to this. And maybe in your next video you could talk about women in management. Maybe next you should say, who decided to put women in corporate management? I think maybe that'll be the next cause for you. Whoever fought to get women jobs, why? Well, I just told you, but I'd like to hear some answers, maybe from creepy Joe Biden. Meanwhile, whoever decided that women should be police officers, they might not like this next clip, as these masked lady cops are taking a pretty big L.
No.
He did. He just kind of lightly jogged away. No. And then they couldn't keep up with him. Officer Karen just couldn't. I lost him.
He skedaddled away like he was avoiding rain.
I know. He had no concern whatsoever. No, get away from me. Are they gone? All right. Pretty big L for the lady cops there. But, hey, all over the place, cops are taking L's. And you realize as things are totally breaking down now and people hate the system, you hear a lot of people, cheerleading against the cops. That's been noted on the internet when you look at this clip of a guy who I guess allegedly maybe stole this TV and the cops were after him. Let's see what happened. Oh, here's the woman falling, actually. That was even better. All right, let's see it one more time.
One more time, please.
So she's throwing somebody at the... Oh! Gravity took her down. So she wants to start a fight by throwing an object at that other person's car, and then she runs away from the car, okay? And then she just takes a tumble and falls down. And she's fat. She's pretty fat. So I did mark that clip, Fat Lady Falls Down, in the notes for this episode. And, that's the kind of content that you get here from the campaign show. And but we got to look at some of our competitors who are actually against us, getting viewers on the internet, and maybe emulate some of their techniques to figure out how to get our ratings up a little bit here on the campaign show. Let's check in on some of our internet streaming competitors and look at their content.
Hot. It's my birthday! Tick-tock. I got the soccer ball. Ice cream. Ice cream. Ooh, hot, that burns. Ooh, hot, that burns. Rose. I got the ball.
She's got the ball.
I got the ball. Rose.
Am I tripping?
Whoa. Rose.
Can we make our show more like this?
A rose. Roar. A rose. Meow. I'll cool you down.
It's like from Billy Madison. We are all now dumber for having seen that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to do like all kind of weird gesticulations and stuff for you on this stream. Maybe I should, but I'm not going to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell you a gun holster. You need a gun holster? I'm going to sell you one. The very good people at Vanish Gun Holsters are helping keep the campaign show alive, so I like them. I'm a little bit biased because I know that they're great people, but the product is also good, and we looked into it. So what's happening is a lot of people are being put in danger because they are not carrying anymore because their holster is so uncomfortable. So if they have to go to the store or something, you might not take your gun. You might not take your gun with you if your holster is so uncomfortable. So if you're trying to defend yourself, you can't do that unless you have a gun in a holster. That's why Vanish holsters are quickly becoming one of the most popular holsters in America. Thousands of customers say it's the most comfortable holster ever. And you'll never stop carrying, and it's going to save you money. It fits 99% of all semi-auto handguns. It works without a tactical belt. It lets you carry in multiple positions, and it carries 2 fully loaded magazines. Because you love the campaign show, I'm going to sell you this holster for $50 off. Go to vnsh.com/Patrick. It's usually $130. I'm going to sell it to you for $80. $50 off. Get your gun holster. I know some of our viewers are in the market for a gun holster. Get it from Vanish. It's a near universal fit for guns, for semi-auto guns, fits 99% of them, and carries 2 magazines. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome deal. vnsh.com/Patrick. Help us out. Help out the show. And I got to leave you with some thoughts from the bottom of my heart, but first I got to leave you with some cute animal content. Here is a doggo saving a lost baby duck. Take it away. The doggo found him. Bring him back to his family. Good job, doggo. He did it. Oh, they're all so happy. Look at these ducks. Oh, is that the mom duck? Oh, and a hug! And a hug, too! And a hug at the end! That video had it all! That had everything! Oh, it was so perfect. I love that doggo. Good job, doggo. All right, Instagram.com/the.campaign-show. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on gab.com/Patrick Reports. And watch this show on band.video every single day. We here on the campaign show are going to be agitating for truth, for freedom, and for the American way. Not the post-industrial woke, strip mall labor colony American way, but the original American way. What the founding fathers set out to do and what the founding fathers designed for us with the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and all of their good work, which has been lost, But obviously Andrew Jackson was the best president of all time. But maybe after 2024, either President Donald Trump or Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will be in office, which will help to save the country. And certainly a general election between Trump and RFK Jr. would help the ratings of this show. And by the way, the deep state is trying to railroad President Donald Trump. So it's now or never in terms of, are we going to be able to come together and very peacefully, are we going to be able to make our voices heard all over the world and change this paradigm once and for all so that human freedom will prevail? We're right here every single weekday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll see you on Monday.